All right, let's talk about something that impacts every single person working outdoors: spring weather safety. It's that time of year when the conditions can just flip on a dime, and being ready for it, well, that's everything. So let's dive right in.
Man, after a long winter, you can just feel it, right? The sun is finally out, the temperature's climbing, and there's this whole new energy on the job site. It just feels good to be outside again, and you can feel things starting to pick up steam. But here's the thing, and this is the big catch. That beautiful spring weather, it's famous for being unpredictable. A gorgeous sunny morning can turn into a windy, soaking wet afternoon in what feels like seconds. And those sudden changes bring a whole new set of hazards that can catch even the most seasoned crew off guard if you're not looking for them.
Okay, before we get into all the practical tips, it's really important we're all on the same page about the why behind this. These aren't just some friendly suggestions. They are the absolute foundation for keeping everyone on site protected.
What's really key here is this idea of shared responsibility. OSHA is pretty clear. Yes, your employer has to provide a safe place to work, but, and this is so important, it also says that every single employee has to be an active player in their own safety. You've got to stay aware. It's a partnership, a two-way street, and that accountability is really what makes a safety culture strong.
So with that foundation set, let's get practical. Let's talk about our first line of defense, your personal protective equipment, or PPE, and how we need to adjust it for these changing conditions.
So the name of the game here is adaptability. That heavy winter coat, it's not the right tool for this job anymore. Layering is everything. It lets you adjust as that chilly morning turns into a surprisingly warm afternoon. And if there's rain coming, of course you need water-resistant gear. But here's the detail that people miss. You have to make sure that rain hood doesn't block your peripheral vision. Your gear has to protect you from the weather without making you blind to other hazards. It's a real balancing act.
Next up is a hazard that causes so many incidents every single year, and spring is prime time for it. Slippery surfaces. You've got melting snow, morning dew, pop-up rain showers, and thawing mud. It is the perfect storm for slips, trips, and falls.
And this is just a brilliant, simple plan to deal with it. First, just slow down. Take shorter, more deliberate steps. What might look like solid ground could be a slick layer of mud right over some ice that hasn't melted yet. Second, look down at your feet. Check your boots. Are they actually slip-resistant? Is the tread clogged with mud? This is absolutely non-negotiable. And finally, if you see a hazard, you own it. Report it. That puddle you walk around could be the exact thing that takes the next person down. You're not just protecting yourself, you're protecting your entire team. Okay, we've got our gear sorted, we know how to watch our step. Now let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture, mastering your awareness of the whole environment you're working in.
This is all about looking up and looking ahead. A sudden gust of wind can grab a sheet of plywood and turn it into a giant sail, and suddenly you're fighting just to stay on your feet. Now imagine that same gust when you're up on a ladder or a scaffold. It's a huge threat. During a storm, you have to be thinking about falling debris or equipment that could become unstable. And what's the best tool you have to fight all this? It's probably in your pocket, your phone. Check the weather alerts. Knowing a big storm is on its way gives you time to secure the site and get to safety before it becomes an emergency.
And all of this, it all leads to our final and honestly our most important point. You can have all the best gear and procedures in the world, but they don't mean a thing without the right mindset. It's about being proactive, not reactive. I really want to land on this quote because it just cuts right to the chase. These hazards aren't some theoretical thing we talk about in a meeting, they are real. And the secret to managing them isn't waiting for something to go wrong. It's about seeing the potential for an incident and stopping it before it ever has a chance to happen. That proactive mindset is what separates a good worker from a truly safe one.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question. Just think about it for a second. Based on everything we just covered, what is one thing, one specific thing you're going to do differently on your very next shift to be more proactive about spring weather safety? Don't just think about it, commit to it, because that's how we actually turn this information into action. Stay safe out there.